5th. So I am just super, super excited. My last video, I was 18 weeks. I had just turned 18 weeks, just found out the gender. And it's a boy. And I posted my gender reveal party video, which was so much fun. I'm so glad we did it. It was really cold that day, but everybody came out and all my friends were there, and everybody that was really close to me was there. So we just had a ball. But anyway, so a lot of things have kind of transpired in that time. I did have to switch OB doctors, not because of anything that my office did wrong as far as the doctors. I love the staff there. I love my doctor. But as far as their office policies, they're a joke. They tried to tell me, I have amazing insurance, and they tried to tell me my insurance pretty much covers a pregnancy all the way through. And they told me I was going to have to pay some $1,000 fee before I delivered the baby, and I would have to pay it before I was like 9 months pregnant. So I'd have to pay it at every office visit, which was over $150 some every time I went. And I said, that's a joke. So I talked to my insurance about it, and they were like, I don't know what they're talking about. That's not, that shouldn't be correct. So I talked to them about it again, and they were like, well, this is just the doctor's policy, that it has nothing to do with insurance. They hold the money until they file your insurance after you deliver. And if anything isn't paid, they take the money, and use that money to pay towards anything that's not paid. But the way my insurance explained it to me is doctor's office is just supposed to file a claim, and, if there's anything left over, then you pay it. So they just came up with this on their own, I guess. So I had to switch doctors because I hadn't seen my OB since I was 16 weeks pregnant. I didn't have another visit with them until I was 20 weeks. So I finally kind of figured the whole thing out and tried to search for a new doctor. I found one just kind of on my insurance website. I found a doctor that, delivered at the hospital I wanted, and it had pretty good ratings. So then when I'm trying to get an appointment with them, the other office did not want to send my medical records. Literally took them over 3 weeks. I missed my 20-week checkup because the new doctor, they still hadn't got my records. Come to find out, they were saying that they had mailed them. They said they had faxed them, and the office was like, no, we have not received anything. But come to find out, they were in the same building, just on 2 different floors. And they still tried to, and so the receptionist was like, well, why are y'all mailing it when we're in the same office building? And so it was just a big mess. And so anyway, they got my records, and I just went to them for the first time last week. So it was a short visit. I had already had an ultrasound at 20 weeks, so they didn't do an ultrasound. I got to meet the doctor. She could listen to the baby's heartbeat. She asked if I had any questions, what had happened since then. So I kind of filled her in, like I'm going to fill you guys in. So basically, 20 weeks was I think I was almost 21 weeks. Because, I was almost 21 weeks when I did my anatomy scan. So we went in. This is the big kind of scan where they look at every organ on the baby. They take a lot of measurements. This was the first time, no, this wasn't the first, this was like the second time they kind of like actually weighed the baby and all that stuff. So I don't have the actual ultrasound pictures, but I have them on my phone. So I'll just kind of see if it will show up in the video. So Here, let's see. Here's one of them. Oh my goodness, hold on. Sorry. What in the world? Okay. So that's one. This is the baby literally sucking his thumb. That's my favorite picture. And why is my phone tripping? There we go. And that's just that horrible glare. His feet. And this is actually his skull, and then his little hands, they're kind of like in this type of motion. So I'm just so in love with this baby. He just looks sweet as can be. But they checked liver and kidneys, and everything looked amazing. And they finally, this was the first time, that's what I was trying to think of. They told me, they talk about percentiles, which I didn't really, still don't know as much about, but he's in the 78th percentile, which they said is good. Around that time, the baby usually weighs on average like 12.7 ounces. He actually weighed over that, almost at a pound. He was over 15 ounces. So he's growing good. He's a big boy, good and healthy. So around 21 weeks, I just want to go over symptoms. 21 weeks, I actually had to go to the ER, but it was all my fault. I was dehydrated. Come to find out I was dehydrated, and I was having these almost, I don't know what contractions feel like, but it was a tightening sensation where it felt like my uterus would really like just tighten up so tight, or like in a little squeezing ball, and then it would let up. And I was at work, and it just was coming all day long. The day before, I had felt it more than I usually do, but I just wanted to give it another day. So by the second day, it was still doing it. This was between the time that I did not have an OB, because my old one wouldn't send my medical records, and the new one wouldn't see me until they got them. So I ended up having to go to the ER, come and find out I was dehydrated, and they gave me an IV, and they did an ultrasound. Then baby looked fine, just moving around, and looked really healthy. So I've been trying my best to drink more water, keep myself hydrated, eat good. I'm just having a hard time. I'm not a big water drinker, so I'm having, I'm trying to give myself goals. And now that I know that it's, pretty serious, that I need to keep myself hydrated, I've been working on that. I also, this could be another reason or another symptom from being dehydrated. I started getting like leg cramps and foot cramps, which they said is common in the second trimester. But they, at first they just started off in my feet at night. It would be like a Charlie horse, just kind of like in my foot, and they were pretty manageable. But when I almost was 22 weeks, I literally had one in my calf muscle that had me up 5 in the morning screaming like a little, bitch. I was like screaming to Jesus, help me, because it hurt. The pain was literally that bad. Like, I felt like somebody was ripping my calf muscle out. So even more reason to drink all the water in the world. I still get the pressure and squeezing, or that kind of tight feeling sometimes, but some of that is your uterus growing, and you're going to get those feelings as your uterus gets bigger. I'm showing pretty good now. The baby's kicking really hard now, to the point where I can actually see my stomach. Like I'll see a kick and stuff like that. So, there's going to be some different twinges and feelings. I'm just trying not to freak out about it. And from my understanding, when I reach 24 weeks, the baby will be viable, so it has a good chance of surviving outside the womb. So as I get bigger, I understand that, you know, I just don't freak out as much as I did like in my first trimester when I was having all that cramping and stuff like that. So now that I'm 23 weeks, I did notice some fatigue starting to come back. I think some of it is me not sleeping as good as at night. I feel like I'm constantly tossing and turning. I do have a pregnancy pillow, body pillow that helps, but I just feel like I'm tossing and turning all night, have to get up to pee. So I don't know if it's just not sleeping as well or me being on my feet all day at work. I haven't gained a lot of weight. I'm literally just belly, all belly, because I had lost almost 10 pounds in my first trimester. I think I was around 150, went to 141, at like almost like 140 basically, and then now I'm back at like 152. So, but that, I feel like that's all mostly belly. I'll give y'all a belly shot in a minute, but I just want to make sure I get all my notes. And oh, well, one more thing. They do kind of tell you to start tracking your baby's movements kind of when you get around this far in your pregnancy. So noticing patterns and stuff. So I just noticed that he definitely is a lot more active at night. That's when he does his hardest kicks. Now that I'm farther along, almost 24 weeks, I do start feeling him more throughout the day. Now when I'm at work, usually I didn't really feel him at work, but they'll be a lot softer, not as active as at night. Sometimes he literally wakes me up from some kicks, some pretty good kicks and all that good stuff. So I do try to pay attention now to patterns, because if you go through a couple of days where the baby's not moving, it is a little bit it's a cause for concern. So I think that's pretty much it. I think this is like one of my longest videos. I'm trying to cut this short, but I think I have caught you guys up on everything. I am kind of in PJs right now, so I think I will like add another clip with the belly shot once I get myself. I already look a little rough, but once I get myself kind of dressed a little bit better, I'll add a little belly shot to this. All right, so if y'all have any questions, just send me comments. I haven't been the best about, I've had some people, you know, email me and check up on me. I did get them. I have been going through a lot of personal things that are pretty devastating. So, excuse me for not, you know, replying, but I did get them. I'm just kind of working through some things right now and kind of in deep prayer about a lot of things. So, but I'm back and I'm trying to be strong, and thank you guys for praying for me, and good luck everybody. I'm still watching you guys' videos even though I haven't posted anything. So okay, I just wanted to give my belly shots, get a good angle so you can see how big this boy's getting. So this is 24 weeks. And that's about it.